What's up, everybody? Hey, Magnus, did you see the countdown clock?
I love that. That's so like looks so pro, man.
Taking it to
Good
the
job.
next all zero viewers of ours. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays on the Wellness Week channel on YouTube. And I guess Alexa's jumping in too. Alexa has to remind me to walk my dog. Alexa off. I don't know. That's how much like my brain is not even. Anyway, so how you doing, Magnus?
I'm good. I'm good. Survived. We just moved. We were just talking about that a little bit briefly before we jumped on live. But yeah, things are well. Trying to get acclimated to the new home, and yeah, no, I mean it's nice. I mean we're happy, we're stoked, and this is gonna be a good adventure in this house.
Yeah, and good luck to you. Congratulations on the new digs. And as I was saying before, you look very SoCal. So if viewers don't know, you're on the East Coast. I'm sorry, I'm on the East Coast. That's right. I wish I was with you. I wish I was on the West Coast. No, I love the East Coast. So right, I am in New Jersey. You are in Cali. And it's funny. I was just thinking to myself, oh man, when people say they're from Cali, it's like, wow, you're from Cali. But when people say they're from Jersey, it's like the armpit of America. And although I love Jersey, I'm Jersey to the death, son. But Cali just sounds so fabulous. The beach. Although we got beaches in Jersey too. I don't know. So
it depends on where in Cali you're at. I mean, California is quite a long and somewhat narrow state. That's kind of a thing that is funny. It's kind of similar in size to Sweden and in shape. Right. So like Sweden is also kind of long and narrow. So I'm kind of feeling at home in that way. But luckily, so the fun thing, I was trying to work our new fridge out, and I put in the different weather stations so I can see how the weather is like in Stockholm. And yeah, snow is coming in there. I mean, and I'm like,
glad you're in Cali. Although Northern California can have
snow.
I'm
so glad I don't have to deal with snow.
Dude, here in Jersey, we get it, but it's all good. Again, I was saying to myself, always like Jersey has beaches too, so I shouldn't be longing for California. We got a lot of that here in Jersey. We have mountains and beaches and all that stuff. But so again, welcome to Wellness Wednesdays, Wellness Week channel on YouTube. Come on, you got to follow and subscribe. So today, Magnus and I wanted to talk about the holidays coming up, and as per our advertisement there on Facebook. So how to survive the holidays coming up. We got Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow, on Thanksgiving Eve, and this is the kickoff to the holiday season. And I was saying to myself, wow, the holidays are a joyous time of year. For the next 40 days there's going to be a bunch of holidays, but they can be stressful. So, and also we're going to be eating and drinking. So how to survive this mentally, physically, nutritionally, socially, the whole 9 yards. So that's our conversation for today. And so yeah, I wanted to touch on that and go through what are our strategies and how we're going to do it. So for people who are just tuning in, I am a DJ. What the hell do I know about wellness and whatever? But I got a guy here, Magnus, and his background is in biochem, and he's got his we got the medical science thing going on. And for myself, again, what does a DJ know? But listen, I competed in.
You know a lot about health.
Hey man,
you care. That's important.
Well, see, that's what I wanted to say is like, people expect maybe you in the science field, or they expect a doctor or a nurse or a nutritionist to care about wellness. But so I thought that'd be a good mix. Like, hey, right, I'm an everyday person, so to speak. And so if I care about wellness, just being a goofy DJ from Jersey, I think we all should, care about wellness. And we're not perfect. We're trying. But yeah. So, the wellness that I do know and I bring to the table is that I've done about 7 to 8 triathlons. I've done marathons. I compete in tennis tournaments now. I coach tennis also. So I do have my foot in the wellness world. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a chemist, but I do understand, the basics, and I like to read. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think we all should take an interest in our health. It's our life. I always say our bodies are Ferraris. Don't put crap gas in the Ferrari. And this is what we're going to be talking about now with, Thanksgiving upon us in a couple of hours here. So let's start. I mean, look, my number one worry here for me, at least, I don't know about you, Magnus, is, I'm going to be going into situations where I'm going to be eating, the temptation is going to be coming at me. The turkey, the stuffing, the whatever, the cookies, the cake, and they say that most people will gain something like 10 pounds that never leaves them on the holidays. So for me, my mind is I'm going to eat, I'm going to enjoy. I'm not going to not enjoy, but I say to myself, I'm going into tomorrow's dinner with a plan, and even if I break the plan, which I probably will, but have a plan. Like, I'm going to have just, X amount, a drink, or I'm going to have 2 drinks, or I'm going to have, 1 cupcake, not 3. And that's how I kind of survive the holidays nutritionally. I don't forsake myself, but again, I'll have a piece of cheesecake, not 2 pieces. So again, if I have 2 pieces, okay, but at least I had a plan, So that would be my tip that I tell myself. I'm going into tomorrow with a plan, not just, and just eat and drink and, ruin myself, which I probably will overeat, but at least I have a plan. So that's me. What about you? I mean, typically, even for like the holidays coming up, Christmas, whatever, like, how do you tackle the holidays? Do you work out extra? Like, what's Magnus do?
So I would say our holiday season is very different from like traditionally and from like a Swedish perspective and what you have in the United States. So in Sweden and in most around the world, there's no Thanksgiving.
Right.
So that is out the window. So I don't really have that much of a traditional or like growing up with it. But I always like, first of all, like, even eat the things that you like, like, even if you hate turkey, I mean, just because it's on the menu, you don't have to eat turkey. Like,
right.
But I always I try to eat like I normally do, like, but with whatever food is served. So I try to focus on getting proteins, which will be different types of meat and fish and whatever, eggs. Hopefully there's some vegetables, hopefully not drenched in cheese and ranch. So you can have like a salad or whatever it is and try to eat that. And then go pretty light on both carbs and desserts, and now, go ahead.
No, you're going to say, so that's great. So when you go into the holidays, do you tell your family this, or you just kind of go into by yourself? Like, because if I tell people, hey, I'm just going to have a salad on Christmas, like they'll take me out back and shoot me. Like, yeah, no. You cannot.
So what I mean with that, I don't eat just a salad. Right. I want greens with my other food. That's more kind of saying, because that's something that gets kind of pushed out. We're not eating any greens. We're just eating like it will be mashed potatoes. It will be a bunch of corn and you're eating a ton of meat. Sometimes it's fried and things like that. It's just being a little bit smart. I mean, and not trying to focus on overeating. Go small portions, and when you're starting to get full, stop eating, and you don't have to go back and have 8 servings of something, even if you love it.
Funny you mentioned that, keep on eating and things like that. They also say when we eat in groups or we eat at a party, we tend to eat more because we're in that atmosphere. We get caught up in the fun, and we eat more than we normally would if we were by ourselves. Yep. And yeah, so it's tough. I think, again, we have to go in with a plan. Another little cheat that I do is I'll eat before I go out to eat. So then I'm not walking into a situation starving. I've already had whatever, some healthy food, maybe some almonds or, peanut butter or something. So I'm not like starving by the time I get in there. But that's my plan. So, yeah, so you're saying having a balanced meal when you're there and try to get some proteins, you were saying?
One thing that I think people should not trying to go is be on a severe diet or anything like that over the holiday season. Right. Because that'd be asinine. It would kind of ruin the fun. 100%. But we talked about this before. The holiday season is not 45 days of complete mayhem. Like, pick your poison. Like, choose a couple of times when you're going to eat, like if we're looking at it, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, and it's New Year's. I mean, those are, like, looking down at it, is 3 days instead of 45 days. And I think that is where people go wrong. Instead of enjoying the holiday, they're doing it like 45 days
That's
straight.
that's why I have you on, man. I didn't even think of that one. Correct. You have Thanksgiving, we'll say Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's.
Yeah.
That's 4 days.
Yeah.
Not 40 days. I even started off this program saying, 40 days. That's true. So if we only put it down to 44 days, it's not as bad. But people are like, dude, the next 2 months,
Yeah. And then the thing that we're like, a lot of people see too. I mean, there's so many other social events. I mean, nowadays people are divorced. They go into several family gatherings and things like that. So it's way complex too in that situation too. But again, you have to be smart. Share food, enjoy dinner and whatnot with people. Don't like completely go overboard every single time. If you do it like those 4 days we were talking about just before, you'll be fine. And then trying to eat as normally as possible, even if it is Thanksgiving food or Christmas food or New Year's food. So
right.
Like seeing the big picture and not trying to undermine yourself.
Right. And keep up with your exercise program. I mean,
Yeah.
You don't have to run a marathon. I go out for my daily walks. I don't stop just because it's December, whatever, do calisthenics at home. I think that's the other thing too. Like, still stay with your whatever regimen you do. But, like I said,
that's another thing that you can do too. When you gather together, like try to go outside and do something together as a group, as a family, maybe go down to the park. If you have kids around, have them play on the playground. You can join in, run around a bit or climb something, be a kid again, have fun.
I heard they do that in Sweden, that you guys are a very outdoorsy culture. Is that correct?
Yes. I mean, I would say like it's getting worse. I mean, more and more people so the fun thing, like during spring season, so it's usually like in February, we have something called, it's basically your sports week. So you get a sports holiday. Then like back in the days, a lot of people went out to go skiing. They went up north to go to the mountains and downhill skiing, things like that, and skating and all that. So yes, there's a lot of activities, but again, we're kind of in the backwater of the States of starting to put on more weight, eating a little bit too much processed food and being a little bit like not taking our health as seriously.
The American way. Yeah. Let's go fast food, sit, binge watch, sit some more.
But I think that's important. Just like try to move as much as possible, stand up and eat, you can walk around and things like that and not just jump down into your recliner or your couch and just wedge out and just keep on eating.
That used to be my life. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, there's nothing wrong of doing it like a couple of days and relaxing and getting a break from work and our stress. But it's also important that the holidays do not become even more stressful. And that we can segue this into sometimes family situations or other social situations can be hard. There's a lot of people are alone during the holidays.
And that's what I want to segue into next. Now, we talked about the food and the stomach. Now we got to talk about the mind. So correct. Okay, let's touch on that. Keep going.
So one thing, we can't really choose our biological family, right? We're sort of stuck with what we have.
They're stuck with me.
A lot of people have, there's a lot of history. There could be some bad blood between family members and things like that. What I think is important is be the bigger person, like be the better person, and don't start picking up arguments and things like that.
Now, funny you mention that. I think the same premise holds true even for that. So go into the situation with a plan. So if I know that there's going to be somebody at this party that I typically would maybe argue with or, not gel with well, I tell myself, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Like, even though I might not carry it out, at least have a plan versus just walking in there with no plan. Same thing for the food. So I'll say, okay, well, I'll make sure that I'm not near them as much, or maybe I'll role play in my mind. Well, if they say this, I'll just be okay, and just keep moving. Because it's, what? Nobody's killing each other. You might not like the person or agree, but it doesn't have to be problematic. And you're right, though. The holidays is like, people haven't seen each other, whatever. And for some reason, weddings are like that too, by the way. Being a DJ, I can tell you, for some reason, weddings, people haven't seen each other in 30 years. And it's like they picked the perfect time to fight at the wedding. It's like, really, dude, you couldn't, like, you had to do it at the wedding. Like, so, right. And I think the holidays are kind of the wedding-esque almost. It's like I haven't seen that person in years. And I'm going to tell them. It's like, you know what? If you're that toxic, don't go, dude. Just maybe, I don't know, go out with your friends or do something else. But yeah, so try to have a plan and understand, like, you may not like me, I may not like you, but really, do you want to fight?
You can behave during those hours or like days or whatever we're talking about. That's one thing. I mean, like, I always tell people like this: you might be a Giants fan and I might be a Jets fan, and like, instead of arguing about two teams, like, try to see the bigger picture about like football and things like that. And if it bothers you that much, try to avoid that conversation. And if you get pulled into that conversation, try to move it away to another topic.
Right. Or have your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, like, give you the safe word to get you out of the situation or something. Yeah. And you're talking sports. Listen, as you know, we got politics, religious issues, social issues. I mean, our country, our families are like Hatfields and McCoys, more divided than ever. But more so now, you should have a plan, than anything. And understand, like, they're not your enemies. You may disagree on things, but, you have to, again, it's keep it moving. But
and I think like you said, having somewhat of a plan going in, both when it comes to eating and like socializing, just be smart. If someone is bothering you or you're getting stressed out by it, just say, "Excuse me, I have to go to the restroom."
Excuse me, I got to take
out. Yeah. You take your 10 breaths, like deep breaths, try to calm down, try to stay focused, not getting like caught up with your biochemistry and getting stressed out.
Right.
And, if there's a big party, you could probably find another group that you can find better. And another thing is, like, if you're at like a Christmas party or something like that with your business and things like that, try to make new friends. Like, we're adults, we're not kids anymore. So we're not like, it's not, I like orange soda, you like orange soda, and now we're best friends,
Yeah.
Like, it's okay and accept that people are different and kind of enjoy it instead.
Yeah. By the way, I think most family parties go well. I think we only hear the horror stories because it's human nature to want to see the car crash, but we don't notice the 10,000 cars that went by safely. It's always just the one fight or the two fights, whatever it is. But we never, most family functions go off without a hitch. There might be a little bit of a tiny little word here or there that might not be comfortable. But hey, I would say, think about it. The millions of family gatherings that are happening this week and throughout Christmas, and 99% is fine. We only hear the 1% that, there was a big fight. It's like, so I think most people are mature about it, or they know how to mitigate and marginalize things. And but the other thing I want to touch on, which is probably more prevalent, but we don't even know it, and that is people feeling lonely during the holidays. And I say feeling lonely because the old saying, the loneliest place in the world is in a room full of people. So just because you're at a party doesn't mean that you feel connected and you feel as part of that situation. So and I think the holidays are also a time where they're joyous, but we forget that they can be stressful for a lot of people. Maybe most of us at some point, because we've lost family members, or we lost friends, or this person is overseas and they can't be here with us, or whatever, a relationship just didn't work out. There's a lot of, I think, sadness in the holidays, that we don't necessarily want to talk about, but and my point to people hearing this is, it's okay. Like, you should be sad about missing that somebody, or you should be, maybe not in the most chipper joy every second. It's okay to have some sadness and feel lonely, but it's okay also to be joyous. Like, I think we can't just, it's easy to kind of get down on ourselves and feel sad, especially during the holidays. And I know for me too, like, I'm thinking about people in my life that are no longer in my life, or friends, family that passed away. And it's kind of bittersweet melancholy. It's a joyous time of year, but it's also, and I think I speak for everybody watching this, friends, family, colleagues that can't be with us for whatever reason, or situations, maybe money's tight, and so these things are intertwined, they're marbled, they're layered in the season where we're told to be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy. It's like every single be happy, be happy. And I think it's okay to not be happy for a day, or not be happy for whatever, a portion time. That's okay. You're normal, but you also should be happy too. Like, our loved ones want us to be happy. It is a joyous time of year, but I get it, and I think I probably speak for you and everybody else. I mean, we're all human, and the older you get, the more you go through stuff, Yeah. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, loneliness and being melancholy, sad sometimes. I mean,
oh, I'm guilty as charged. I mean, if you want to say that, I since my dad passed away. I mean, that is always something, because I miss him, and that one of the most part is just I miss our conversations.
Yeah,
like just hanging out, talking about whatever, or getting some life advice or anything like that. Luckily, I still have my mom. She's awesome. So and now I have my wife and her parents and everything like that. So I'm blessed in that way, even if I might be sad, but I still see what do I have? I have my health, I have friends, and all those things. I have people that loves me. I love a lot of people, and I still I'm lucky. There's a lot of people that don't have that. And what I think is always important, and not being afraid of asking for help if needed, Yeah,
it's tough, especially during the holidays. But.
Yeah, and also, and this is from the other perspective, people that have everything, like me. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong about, inviting people. They might not be close to you, but at least just reaching out and say, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to drop by, hang out with us for a while?
Yeah,
And even if the person doesn't gives you no thanks, at least they have an option, they say,
they appreciate it, I'm sure.
Someone saw me and I'm not alone, and someone invited me to their home, and it's up to me to say yes or no, but at least then you have an option.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like I said, because you see everybody looks happy and everyone's got their gifts and toys, and
forget the Instagram and Facebook life.
Everybody's
going through problems. So whatever they're portraying, even Bill Gates and Elon Musk and all those people,
he's going through a divorce.
Have a lot of problems in their life too. I mean, that's humans. We just seek out problems anyway. I mean, we need that. We need that to kind of a little bit of stress and have something to do,
Right. Yeah, I tell people, if you're going through some sadness during this season, it's okay. We all have, what Magnus said is, you could think someone has a fabulous life, but you know what? We're all going through problems at some point in our life, at some point in the year, at some point in the month of the day. You're not alone. But, I think it's also a time to be grateful, right? Be thankful. There's a lot that we all don't have. Even a billionaire has problems. There's a lot that we don't have. And I think we could always look at what I don't have, but I try to see what I do have and be thankful for that, because even that will come and go. But I'll have new things that I'll be grateful for. My point is, I think this is a season to be grateful. And I think the best way to fight the blues is to be of service to someone else, or donate to something else. Yeah. Don't make it about me. I'm sad. Look at me. I'm sad. Look what happened to me. Me. Look what happened to me. Oh, we all go through stuff, and if you want to get into a pissing match of who's got it worse, you're never going to win, because there's always somebody that has it worse. And again, it's not that your problems aren't valuable or valued, and it's not that your problems are not important. They are important, but take some time to also say, hey, you know what? I have things to be grateful for. A cup of coffee I'm drinking. I'm going out for lunch with a friend later, whatever it may be, because making it about service to someone else or something else, donating $1 to a charity, you don't have to be a billionaire.
Donate your time.
Listen, 100%. I tell somebody I'd rather, and I do, and I'm not saying, look at me, I'm great, because I'm not great. I'm a sinner like everybody else. But I was telling somebody, I get more joy of not going on vacation, taking my vacation money and giving it to a charity, which I've done. I've been doing and I will continue to do, I can tell you that makes me more happy than laying on a beach for the 90th time or whatever, going, getting something from me. Again, I'm not saying don't go on vacation. I'm not saying you don't deserve it. You should go on vacation. You should buy stuff for yourself. But I'm just saying, when you also, in addition to give to others your time or your money, I feel like a trillionaire. It's the highest of highs. And I think that's a great way to fight the blues, especially during the holiday season, is if you can take some time or give an extra $1, that will counteract the blues like amazingly well, and again, no one's saying that you shouldn't be sad and melancholy and that your problems are not important. They are. But in addition, to try to donate time or money or be a service to others during the season, especially, and not only now, but all year round. That's what I try to do. And it really helps me out because, I'm like, oh, wow, it's not about me all the time, and so, but, yeah. So
helping other people is like a drug. I mean, you get a health effect for it. You feel good. You're helping someone else too that might be in more need than you are at the moment.
And it's a win-win.
Yeah. So and that's why I'm kind of lucky in the field that I'm working with. I'm working with other people and trying to make them better. Like feel better and things like that. And it's so nice just talking to people and that they actually they see a change and that they're feeling better and all those things. So helping people, it's addicting and fun.
Yeah. And now's what a better time than now. And so, that's important. Because any time of the year, but so that's the holidays in wrap. I mean, I'll be going to a relative's house for the holidays. And, it's funny too. I know in America, I don't know how it is in Sweden, but oftentimes, people go out to eat also to restaurants, which has its pros and cons, but I typically like, if I can, to either host or go to someone's house. Like Christmas, what do you guys typically do as a tradition? Do you stay home? Do you go out?
No, we this is the thing that kind of backtracks with my dad. He used to own a restaurant and nightclub. So we did not want to go out and eat at a restaurant. So we stayed at home, cooked well. And the fun thing, because we have similar, it's like smorgasbord, but it's a Christmas board. So it's basically a buffet of Christmas food. And that starts, you're going out with companies, you're going out with friends and all that. So you already kind of filled up already your needs. So we actually usually cooked non-traditional Christmas food. It could be steak. It could be lasagna. It could be the weirdest stuff that is like, what do you guys want to eat? Oh, let's do this. Perfect. And then we had that. So, but staying at the house, hanging out, like friends coming over and just being around family. That's
100%
what is important. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
What is your favorite holiday?
I guess Christmas, because Christmas is kind of contradictory to what we were saying about eating for 2 or 3 days. Christmas is really a month and a half, it's like end of November into December. So I like I like everything leading up to Christmas. Actually, I'm not too big on Christmas because it's like, oh, dude, the party's over. So I like the build up. I like, let's be honest. I mean, I get it. It's a lot of marketing about be happy, be happy, be happy. But there is a general sense of happiness in the air. And I like that. That's the other thing. I like seeing other people happy. That makes me happy, even though I might not even know them. I could be at a Starbucks and I see a husband and wife or friends or kids laughing. Like, I riff off of that. I ride that wave. They don't even know it. So I'm just like,
it's contagious.
It's nice to see.
Contagious too.
100%, so Christmas would, I guess, be my favorite holiday. I could do without the 10 degrees cold here in Jersey, but I'm a big fan also of the summer holidays like Memorial Day here in America and 4th of July because it's the weather is warm and another joyous kind of. But what about you? What's your favorite holiday?
I would say I like Christmas, but I think my best holiday, like Swedish holiday, I would say that is Midsummer's. Because hopefully it's and that's usually like the last week of June. So summer is starting to come around. You're doing fun stuff with your friends, usually leaving town, going to people's like summer homes or cabins and things like that. So get out of town, be out, play, doing like all weirds of games and stuff like that. Eating. We usually have a big barbecue, and we also have like strawberry cream cake too, with like angel cake and things like that. So it's just a cool tradition, you know. It's fun, you know.
That sounds awesome.
It's happiness, and the weather, like the summer is just around. People are starting to go on into their vacation. So again, like it's a build up there too, and yeah, and that's probably why I like Christmas and that, because like people are getting like ready for something. Yeah,
right. The anticipation. I think Winnie the Pooh cartoon said that there was a, you know, Winnie the Pooh, the cartoon, right? There's a skit where Winnie says, "I love that feeling before I get what I want," and you know, so Winnie the Pooh couldn't describe it, but he was trying to describe anticipation. Sometimes anticipation is better than actually getting whatever it is that you're, you know, striving. The journey is better than the actual attainment of whatever. So
I want to add something to that, because this is funny. So it has been scientifically proved that things like, it's basically a lead up, the 3 weeks up until something that has almost a better, like a more like better effect on our health than actually going on vacation.
Right.
So I think that is something that is important, that people start thinking out, like in the beginning of the year, that they start planning things out. So they have certain things to look forward to at different time around the year. You know, if it's a holiday, or if it's a trip, or if you're gonna meet friends and things like that. But that is very, very important, to have something to kind of like
look forward to
about.
Right. Even in small things like, oh, I'm looking forward to going out for coffee later throughout the year. Like, we need those moments, those little tiny things, whether they be big or small, right, to look forward to. And that helps fight depression and fight sadness and loneliness. You know, we have to give ourselves those little nooks and crannies here and there. You know, it could be something simple like, oh, I'm looking forward to going to read my book at the cafe by myself, whatever. Yeah. So, but in closing, you know, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And it's a time, again, to just be thankful. We don't have to make it anything other than that, just to be thankful for what we have. And we're going to run YouTube now, Wellness Week. And so we can share that link with everybody. We're going to be doing a bunch of different interviews coming up with nutritionists and trainers and other different things throughout the week. So I hope you guys, you know, I feel like a commercial now. It's like, hey, don't forget, check in and subscribe, hit that like button. I'm like, no, I've become that guy. Oh no. So, but yeah, so we're looking forward to, you know, bigger and better things here in the upcoming year too. And Magnus, was there anything that you wanted to add before we sign off?
You always like think about your mental health. Don't risk your health for mental health for this. And also like there are a lot of people out traveling. Be safe and still think, we can talk about the pandemic too, but think about that too. Try to stay healthy and you know, take care of your hygiene, sleep a lot, try to reduce the stress if you can, and enjoy it. Like, enjoy this time of the year.
Yeah, life is short. Enjoy this moment for sure. You know, and your loved ones, whether they be here or have passed on, want you to enjoy. You deserve that. You know, you need to have some enjoyment too, of course. You know, and yeah, you deserve it. So awesome. So yeah, check back in. We'll be doing a couple shows next week. Actually, I'll touch base with you, Magnus, on you know, we have some other guests over that. So I hope you enjoy you know, the holiday too, Magnus, and good luck with getting everything else out of the boxes.
Talk soon.
Yeah, thanks everybody. See you. Happy Thanksgiving. Guys. Be safe, everybody. Bye-bye now. We're ending this broadcast. 3, 2, 1. Sayonara.